a curveball, a slider, and a changeup, and he can throw those in different counts at any given time. So just locate and trust your stuff. He is going to get hit harder than he probably has before in his life because he's going into the big boy game here. And so he needs to be tough mentally and just trust his defense behind him, not try to do too much, and just locate and trust your stuff there because he's going to have good stuff. Don't get too big and too aggressive on what you're trying to do as a freshman.
That has been your Dairy King pregame show. It's time for the Bank of Utah opening pitch. Bank of Utah has accounts for everyone from personal and business, checking and savings accounts to mortgage and consumer loans. Visit our friendly Heber branch at 620 West 100 South, and together we'll build relationships that last. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. First pitch is in there for a strike. Card Bucad will lead things off. 2 for 3 in the opening game of the season for Wasatch. A couple of base hits through the infield. Nice little curveball in there for strike 2. Moves the count to 0-2.
Yeah, the name of the game early on, Tyler, is you want to identify pitches, right? So already Carter has seen a fastball. Now you've seen the breaker. Keep your eye out, see if there's any third pitch that wants to throw here.
He's going to swing it. This one's going to be a sharply hit ground ball to the second baseman. Bobbles it, throws it over to first in time, and Wasatch has one away. But a pretty good at bat there for Card Bucad in the 0-2. Good, nice little barrel to the opposite way.
A couple good pitches, and then was ready 0-2, right on the ball. It's just one of the blessings of playing second base, isn't it, is that second baseman just said, I'm going to throw my body on it like it's a grenade coming here, and knowing he's got enough time to toss that ball over there as it was sharply hit from Carter. But he's on the barrel.
On the mound for Cedar City is Coden Lunt. And this is going to be a slow ground ball by Zach Burdett. Burdett's going to hustle down the line, throw not in time, and Zach Burdett has an infield single, and Wasatch has a base runner here in the top of the first.
Speed kills, Tyler. You just, as a coach, love speed. Speed all day long. Give it to me. If you got a guy that can get the ball in play and has speed, he's going to be a priority in the lineup because speed just kills you defensively. That was a good play from the third baseman. Came up and got it on the hop that he needed to, but Zach just too quick.
Another swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a high hopper to the third baseman. Third baseman can't handle it. Filled it clean, but then bobbled it. Give the air to the third baseman, and Wasatch has two guys on base.
I'm gonna keep harping this. Speed all day long. I guarantee you, as that ball is coming in, it's a high hopper. That third baseman is thinking, that kid on first can move. I just saw it. He got down the line. I've got to get rid of this quick, and he fumbles it, getting it out of the glove. When you get guys on base that can run, it just applies a different type of pressure to the team.
Lunt's had 5 innings pitched so far on the season, 8 Ks in those 5 innings, and 7 ERA. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Off speed inside on Blake Sweat, swings and misses. Wasatch aggressive early on here in the first inning. Blake Sweat earning the cleanup spot role after the double. Also earned a couple of walks in that first game. On deck is Graham Mahoney, who had 2 doubles, so 3 doubles in that first game from Sweat and Mahoney combined. Fastball gets by Sweat for 2 strikes.
This is a good spot for Blake in the 4-hole, as long as he doesn't get too big, right? This lefty wants you to swing big, but Sweat, he's a projectable athlete.
Gets jammed. It's going to go back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it into the outfield. 1 run's going to come in for Wasatch. Another run is going to, no, and the runner will stop at third base. The runner's on the corners, and Cedar City, despite having 6 games under their belt, are having a hard time playing catch here in the first inning.
Yeah, Ty, put the ball in play and let good things happen. None of these are routine, other than Bucad, who had a sharply hit ball. But a lot of these are kind of bleeder balls in the dirt, and you make guys move on a wet field, early morning game, 11 o'clock in the morning. It's just going to spell good things for you. And nice for Wasatch to be on the board with their first lead of the season.
It's going to bring up Graham Mahoney, again 2 for 3 in his first start as a Wasatch High School WAS. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, also had the lone run scored in the game. Runners on first and third here for Wasatch, already leading 1-0. This one's a sharp hit ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop can't handle it cleanly. He's going to have to try to go across the diamond. Does make the play. Not able to get the double play as Wasatch will bring in another run. So a runner on second, 2 outs, 2 runs in here for Wasatch. Runs brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop.
Good
and on the barrel again.
Good baseball, Ty.
I love that at bat from Grant because he had two just nukes that he hit in the first game. But you got a job to do with a runner on third and less than 2 outs. You're going to be disciplined and try to get that runner in. And he had the right approach, got the ball in play, and got Wasatch a 2-0 lead here early on.
Off-speed pitch is going to go off the glove of the catcher. Ball 1. Runner will stay at second base. So still a duck on the pond here for Wasatch as Blake Sweat is on second base. The 1-0. Fastball's going to be a ground ball up the middle. The slow hopper's going to get through. Blake Sweat's going to try to score from second, and he will do so as another bobble in the outfield. But a 2-out RBI single here from Colton Hafen, and Wasatch has the 3-run lead.
Nice job, Colton, to get that ball in play again, Tyler. That one had eyes. Not a sharply hit ball, but it had enough. And there's something
in the gloves of Cedar High School right now, Tyler, not fielding it clean. That's going to be a tough play at the plate anyway. Blake had a good jump with 2 outs, rounding third before that was fielded. But even then, Cedar is not fielding the ball clean. And I'll tell you, it's not because of field conditions. The field looks great down here at Snow Canyon High School right now.
Bradshaw's going to come in and speed up run for Hafen, who will be behind the dish today for Wasatch on the defensive side of things. 0-1 to count here to Dahl. Check swing strike 1. Just what the doctor ordered if you're Coach Jacobson. Had a rough go in the opening game, but are able to get a 3-run lead here in the top of the first. Swung on and fouled off, moves the count to 0-2. Lunt taking his time getting back onto the mound, working out of the stretch with the runner on first base. Wasatch 2 singles, been able to reach on a couple of errors from Cedar City as well. That pitch is going to go up in the zone. 4 ball 1. 1-2 the count. On deck for Wasatch is the senior Colton Bassett. Will be starting in left field. Lunt sets, delivers the 1-2. Off again on that one. Moves the count to 2-2. Early on, Ty, just the returns on Lunt. It looks like it's kind of a loopy curveball.
Yeah.
And so for me, I love these guys where sit on the fastball, go the opposite way with it, but because you can see that curveball coming. Yeah, that's a nice little slider there that he's throwing.
And that's why I'm surprised he went to the curveball, Tyler, because I think the pitch before, you could see Dahl's hands were behind the fastball. And so to give him a chance on that loopy curveball, a little surprised. But it looks like he was setting up the strikeout pitch and the slider there, which is a good one. That's going to be a tough one for Wasatch to handle.
Wasatch scores 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and they leave 1 on base. Wasatch leads 3-0 as we go into the bottom of the first.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dumping equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Welcome back to Snow Canyon High School. Bottom of the first, Wasatch leading 3-0 after putting 3 runs up in the top of the first. It's time for the bottom of the first, brought to you by A Good Spa Day, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick A Good Spa Day to be your spa. And let's go around the diamond for your defensive starter. Starting behind the dish will be Colton Hafen. On the mound will be the freshman Braxton Fowler. Starting at first base, Riker Evans. Second base is Bridger Shaw. Shortstop, Carter Bucad. Third baseman, Micah Dahl. Your outfield, Colton Bassett, Zach Burdett, and Blake Sweat. And another positive from that game one tie was the outfield play. I thought Bassett, Burdett, and Sweat all played very well in that opening game.
Yeah, Ty, really solid in the outfield. Burdett, especially in center field, just had several good reads. I think he's
quietly, Tyler, poised to have a really nice season. Zach's got a lot of tools that you look for. Great defensively. Already saw the speed make a big difference in that first inning. Senior year could be a big part of the equation for Wasatch.
Baller misses on the first one. Go back again in history, Ty, and come up with it as he dives to the glove hand side, and that's going to be a single through the 3-4 hole. Still a nice pitch there from Braxton Fowler, though. It's going to be Cody Nash on the number 3 spot here for Cedar City as they get their first guy on. Nash, 214 hitter, 2 RBIs and a double. Kind of a slower start to the year for the number 3 hitter. Fastball up in the zone for ball 1.
Tyler, I like looking at the little details here, especially with new players like Braxton and what happened on that last pitch. And he's doing all the little things he's supposed to. Ball over to the right side towards first base. Where's your pitcher going? He immediately was on the move to cover over at first base. So just looking for the IQ. And Ty, I don't think you find your way out onto the field as a freshman if you don't have a high baseball IQ. And you're seeing talent along with an understanding already in the early going here.
1-1 the count as he gets a foul ball on the second pitch of the at-bat. Fowler sets, deep breath, delivers, goes back to the off-speed, misses low and away for ball 2. 2-1 now the count.
An interesting point you bring up, though, with Jackson Bolander. Is he the last freshman to get time on the mound for Wasatch, Ty? I can't think of any other ones.
So. Blake Sweat had a couple of
as a freshman.
Runner's going to go, and this ball's elevated to right field. Blake Sweat's going to settle underneath it. Runner's got to scamper back to first base, and he'll do so. But 2 away with still a runner on first.
On the mound as a freshman.
It's going to come. The game today. Here comes
I think that went right by his head. Nearly clobbered him. Everyone's fine. Got the softball game going on directly behind the baseball game here, and they've got to net it up pretty well, Ty, but that one found its way through.
0-1 count. Goes back to the fastball, outside corner, strike 2. 0-2 now the count. Well, already for me, Ty, you're always more comfortable in the windup as a pitcher. You get a guy on base, he's come right back, pumped up the zone, filled up the zone out of the stretch. So 0-2 the count here with 2 outs. Runner on first. Braxton comes set. Cleanup hitter in the box. Deep breath. The pitch. Goes with the slider. Good job from Hafen of smothering that one. Doesn't get the hitter to chase, and it's 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, Ty, those are little things to look for, right? Especially in young players, is usually when people do bullpens growing up, it's almost always in the windup because it's a controlled environment, and you just don't think a lot of times to do your bullpens out of the stretch. And so you get into situations like this, and sometimes it throws off a rhythm. Not so with Braxton. In fact, Ty, he may even look sharper in the stretch.
Yeah,
and we've seen have to go in the windup if there's no runners on, and he was more comfortable in the stretch.
1-2 gets.
So if you
Piece of
coach them to think they're that pitch there from Braxton. Tyler, because often
You want trips, it's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighbor?
And Wasatch has one away.
That was a good play from the pitcher, Ty. It was almost like he had seen too many bleeders, and he said, this one is not getting by me, and made a nice, fully extended play, jumping up to snatch that out of the air on the slow roller from Bassett.
Riker Evans' first at bat of the season for Wasatch. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman fields it clean, throws it across the diamond. Nice play. 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Cedar City.
That ball, clean is a generous word there, Tyler. When that ball hit inside the glove,
compared to the first inning.
Around.
A little barrel with 2 strikes. Second, take strike 1. I think that might have been a called take there from Coach Jacobson. You don't want to have a three pitch inning.
Yeah, or just a heady IQ play from Carter, right? Knowing he's gonna see that one through no matter what.
Just thinks about the drag bunt, goes after it, not able to lay it down, and now it's going to be another 2-strike count here for Bucott.
Just having fun talking to Carter's dad between the game, Tyler, and Carter 2 singles in the first. Said, yeah, he's coming for Coach Baird's singles record in the season. He's only got 39 more he needs to go to get it.
Swing and a miss there as the fastball gets by Bucott. 1-2-3 inning for Cedar City. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll move into the bottom of the second. Wasatch still leading 3-0.
Napa know-how.
Your local Wasatch.
3 and 6 p.m. Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Want to give a shout out to the softball team, Ty. They started off the year 0-5, but got a nice win on Wednesday, so they're now 1-5 on the season. That win over Gunnison Valley, 19-7. A couple of your standout performers on the softball team so far. Reagan Price, 455 batting average, 7 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Leanna Jones, 308 batting average, 2 runs, 1 double, and 1 RBI on the year. Ball run here to start off the bottom of the second. Wasatch again with a 3-run lead. Goes back with the fastball. That one's fouled off. 4-strike 1. 1-1 the count. The hitter is J.T. Pauly for Cedar City. Comes in with a 333 batting average and a couple of RBIs. He'll take a ball at the bottom of the count. 2-1 the count. Pack Braxton working out of the stretch the whole time. Ty didn't catch that in the first inning. This one's going to be a pitch at the bottom of the count. It's going to be a tough play. Comes up, makes the throw over to first. Is it in time? It's in time. Nice play there from Micah Dahl to get the first out of the inning.
Got to get myself unmuted here, Tyler, to join you. Sorry about that. Really tough play there from Micah. Did a good job of coming and getting that ball. Your third baseman can't sit back and wait on those slow rollers. Did a good job to come after that. Good, clean release. Had just enough on the throw to get it in time.
He's going to bring up the pitcher, Lent, with 1 away. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch. 267 on the year, 6 RBIs and 2 doubles. Having a good start to the year so far. The lefty steps in on left side center of the box. Swing and miss the first pitch. He's going to swing in second pitch as well. This one is elevated into shallow left center field. Carter Bucott is going to go back in the shortstop position. Looks it in, and we have 2 away here in the bottom of the second.
Ty, we got some fly ball pitchers, don't we, today? Carter's already had, I think that's his 6th putout like that between the 2 games. That ball just kind of floating between the infield and the outfield on high pop-ups.
Going to bring up Daxton Corey. 0 for 1 on the year. Has had a run in, or scored run. He's going to take ball 1. 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Braxton Faller getting his first start as a freshman here for Wasatch High School. 1-0, gets that fastball by him for strike one. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count.
There's been a lot to like about Braxton here in his first start here, Tyler, but maybe what you like the most is the efficiency. If he can put this one to bed, he's well under that 15 pitch per inning average that you like to see.
Goes with the off-speed curveball. Another swing and a miss. Makes the count 1-2.
Hey, and showing something new there, right? That one had a lot more bite. Really sharp breaking pitch. Gives Cedar something to think about. And on the seventh hitter, often you're hunting fastballs. This is a good sequence to put this in the bottom half of the lineup in their mind. Not just sit dead red on a fastball.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Braxton Faller. It's a 1-2-3 goose egg inning brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 3-0 as we move into the third.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high-quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Welcome back to Snow Canyon High School. Top of the third action brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. Wasatch leads 3-0 on your Heber Appliance scoreboard as we go into the top half of the third inning. It'll be 2-3-4 up for Wasatch, Burdett, Shaw, and Blake Sweat. Swinging at the first pitch is Zach Burdett. And Ty, early return so far, they're swinging a lot of first pitches, but a lot of ground balls to the left-hand side, as you mentioned. With the left-handed hitter, you really have to think opposite way in order to get the barrel on the ball.
Yeah, if you're a right-handed hitter, you want to be visualizing that right center gap with the lefty coming up, Tyler.
That's a little bit better, but it's still a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it again, and Burdett is going to reach on yet another. Well, he had a infield single on his first one. Reaches on an error by the shortstop in his second at bat. He's on base twice.
Ty, I'd like to say that was the speed that did that, but again, that was more of a casual fielding from the shortstop. I think the casual nature of it, Zach's going to make that really close if the ball is even fielded cleanly. But that one just a little too relaxed as it found its way into the glove.
Richard Shaw is going to lay down a nice little bunt to the left-hand side. It is just in time. Good play there from the pitcher who's able to get off the mound. But the sacrifice moves Burdett into scoring position with Blake Sweat and Grant Mahoney coming up in the 3-4 spot, or the 4-5 spot.
Big difference in this game for both teams, Tyler. There's just good pace to this game. It's got a good pace in baseball. Both pitchers are throwing strikes. Both teams active in the box, and teams are they're playing well for the most part here behind them.
Blake Sweat's going to swing at the first pitch, and it's a base hit through the 5-6 hole. The left fielder's going to field it cleanly. Burdett's going to have to stop at third base, but Blake Sweat continues to have good at-bats in the box. He reached on an error in his last at-bat and singles through the 5-6 hole there. Runners on the corners with one away with Grant Mahoney coming up to the plate.
See if Wasatch can push a few more runs across the board. And I'll tell you, Ty, the pace matters a little bit because when you've got a pitcher who's rolling and humming, you want to make sure they keep into that rhythm, right? And so you don't want to see extended innings that go for too long. They can get your pitcher out of a rhythm. And Wasatch, I like the pace they're in. They're in the box. They're aggressive. And they're moving quickly here, trying to get runs on the board. That should help Braxton when he goes back out for the next inning.
Grant Mahoney's going to come in, swing at the first pitch, and miss. So one away, runners on the corners. 0-1 the count here to Mahoney, who had two doubles in that first game. Another fastball puts it by him, moves the count to 0-2. Got Colton Hafen on deck. Hafen had an RBI single in his first at bat with up the middle. Mahoney grounded out to the shortstop, but did have an RBI in that at bat.
Slider here, Ty.
Went high fastball, too high.
That's a good pitch sequence, Ty. If you go high fastball, what you're looking for there is the hitter's going to be looking off speed, and they'll be delayed. So you can either get the strikeout on the high fastball, or often you get that pop up in the infield, which could get you an infield fly rule and keep that runner at third base there.
Tried to go off speed, not able to land it, and it's going to be a 2-2 count here with one away.
And the other thoughts here, you start going through scenarios, Ty, and as a coach in this scenario, you kind of get greedy and think, what's a pitch where I can get a ground ball to my shortstop or second baseman, get a double play, and get out of this thing. And you look for that on.
Nice piece of hitting. Oh, it's over the second baseman's head. One run's going to come in. It's going to get all the way to the fence. Coming all the way from first base is Blake Sweat. He had to pause for a second to make sure the second baseman didn't come up with it, but shows the speed. And how about the 1 out, 2 RBI double? Grant Mahoney, 3 doubles in the first 2 games of the season.
That time, what a start to the career here for Grant Mahoney. And he's going, that one's probably the most impressive one. Tyler, it's not his hardest hit ball, but you're 2-2 at that point. Runner on third base, and you know you've got to get the ball in play. And that was a disciplined swing going the other way on a lefty with a ball that's going away from you and just driving that ball to the right center gap. That's his best swing of the year.
Ball 1 here to Colton Hathan. Again, he singled up the middle and had an RBI in his first at bat. Catching today, or in this game for Wasatch. DH in game 1. And currently leads 1-0. Lund comes set, delivers the 1-0. And that one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1. On deck is Micah Dahl. Wasatch leads 5-0 after some more physical at the pit stop runs. And some Wasatch Physical Therapy. That's the first extra base hit. Extra base hits brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. 1 away, duck on the pond is Grant Mahoney. 1-1 the count here to Hathan. Lund shakes off his catcher, now comes set. Takes a peek, delivers, off speed. Hathan's going to foul that one off to the first base side, and we'll reset at 1-2. Lunt again throwing from the left-hand side for Cedar City. Had thrown 5 innings coming into this game. Had 8 Ks in those 5 innings. Wasatch so far with 2 Ks. High fastball, bowls it by him. And that's going to be strikeout number 3 for Lunt. And Wasatch now has 2 away. It's going to bring up Micah Dahl, who had the first strikeout of the game for Wasatch. Struck out to end the top of the first. On deck is Colton Bassett. Again, Grant Mahoney on second base. A good lead for Grant at second base, trying to get one more run across already with a 5-0 lead. That one's low, ball 1. Dahl steps in on the right-hand side. Wasatch been spoiled over the last couple of years. Numerous left-handed hitters. No left-handers so far, right?
Yeah.
That we've seen in the lineup.
And even your lefties are hitting right-handed, right? Bassett, lefty in the field, but hits right-handed in the box.
Dahl elevates this one almost to the warning track, but the center fielder's able to come up and make the play, and Wasatch is retired. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 is left on base. It's 5-0 as we move into the bottom of the third.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank. Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the third brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey get you back to 100%. Wasatch in Game 2 of their doubleheader today. They'll have another doubleheader tomorrow as they participate in the Snow Canyon Invitational. Wasatch dropped the opening game of the season to Ridgeline 11-1. Currently up 5-0 as we move into the bottom of the third. The ground ball is going to go foul down the third base side as Braxton continues to fill up the zone. Freshman Braxton Fowler on the mound. So far, 2 innings pitched. He's only given up 1 single and has 1 strikeout.
Yeah, tied nearly 70% strike percentage right now for the freshman on the mound for Wasatch. Nearing the 30-pitch mark. That's number 29 on that ball.
Jackson Burgess into the box for the Cedar City Reds. Comes in with a 188 batting average, 3 RBIs, and a double on the year. Looked like a pretty good pitch there, but that moves the count to 2-1. Braxton now working back out of the windup. So worked out of the stretch in that last inning, now working out of the windup. This one's going to be elevated to shallow center field. This is going to be a tough play into the Bermuda Triangle. Not able to come up with it. And there's another single, and Cedar City has their first guy on base. Leadoff man on base.
Yeah, that's a bleeder, Tyler. Hate to see those ones get down on a good pitch, but sometimes that's just the way baseball goes, is the ball will find the grass. Not a good barrel, though, and I think Braxton shouldn't lose any confidence on that ball. In fact, maybe gain some confidence that even in a fastball count, hitter's not on time with his fastball.
Going to bring up Leader. Leader thinks about a bunt, not able to get it down. That's going to be strike 1. 667 with 3 RBIs, hitting in the 9th spot here for Cedar City.
Thinks about a bunt was generous there, Tyler. I'm not sure he was thinking at all. He was taking off and had the bunt down, but nowhere near getting that ball in play.
Nice move here from Fowler. First guy hit first, scampers back to the bag safely. So nobody out. 5-0 lead here for Wasatch in the bottom of the third, but Cedar City with the leadoff guy on trying to get back into the game. Another pickoff move, also not in time.
These are little things that Tyler, I'm kind of on the hunt for watching Braxton in his first start, is controlling the run game, responding after a tough play. What are you doing on the ball hit over at first base? And already he's kind of answering the bell on all of them, right? You get a runner on, you have an attempt at a drag bunt, and so what does Braxton do on the next couple times he gets the ball? Well, he throws over, Tyler, and he's disrupting the rhythm of the hitter. He's maybe looking to see if the hitter will give away the signal and the plan. It's just a lot of little details that he's doing very well in this game right now.
0-2, that one is on the barrel, but foul down the third base side, so it stays at 0-2 with nobody away. Tried to sneak another fastball by him. Threw a fastball by him for strike 2. Not able to get that one by him. 0-2 the count. Runner on first, not a big lead. Delivers. Goes to the off speed. That one's fouled off again as well. So 0-2 still the count. Fowler comes set. Likes the pitch the catcher gave him. A little bit bigger lead at first base. The 0-2 goes back to the fastball, but Leader able to stay on that one and fouls it off again. Good at bat here from Leader. Ball heads into the outfield as Hafen let that one get away from him.
Yeah, Bridger saw it go between the legs as well there at second base. Ty, you look for clues from hitters like this in the 9-hole because, we've kind of seen enough. Sometimes your 9-hole hitter has some deficiencies where they can't cover certain parts of the plate or hit certain pitches, or they're young hitters. And just trying to get exposure and experience. With this hitter right now,
for ball 1-2.
I think you're seeing some deficiencies in the swings here, Tyler. His hands kind of come out a little bit low. He's been a little off balance on some of the off-speed pitches, and he's kind of giving away some clues of some ways you can get him out.
Got him moving. It's a pickoff at first base. Evans gets rid of the ball quickly to Bucad, and Bucad should be able to just run this one down. Not able to run him down, but gets it to Evans. Evans makes the play. Nice pickoff move there from Fowler, and Wasatch has one away here in the bottom of the third.
Hey, he's going to share the love. Tyler, not going to strike out all of them. How about we pick a guy off and get your first baseman, your middle infielder involved? That sequence from Carter Bucad and Riker Evans was just how you draw it up, Tyler. Evans knew I got to get rid of this right away, and he did. Carter caught the ball on the move, taking a step towards the runner, and was able to easily chase him down.
Ball is going to be elevated to center field. Canicorn catch there for Zach Burdett. 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
I do want to come back to that rundown one more time as well and just talk about the good execution. You're right, Carter probably could have and should have tagged him down, but what you teach your middle infielder is you got to commit them back to the bag. So he went on a full sprint, got the runner going back. Your first baseman, you don't want standing on the bag to receive that. So Evans did a good job to step forward and catch it there. And then as soon as you get him about 10 to 15 feet away, you're showing the ball as the middle infielder because you don't want it to surprise your first baseman. So you're holding it out, and then you just toss a little dart over. First baseman puts it on. It was run to perfection there by Bucott and Evans.
1-0 as we move up to the top of the order. It'll be Giles, who popped up to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Ball 1, but now a strike 1 call. Moves the count to 1-1 with 2 away. Baller working out of the windup. Slows, delivers. That one's a little bit short of the dish. Moves the count to 2-1. Baller comes set now out of the stretch, so mixing it up between the windup and the stretch. Goes back to the stretch. This one's elevated to center field. There's an off-speed pitch. Burdett going back, makes the grab on the nice barrel from Giles, but Wasatch is able to get out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 5-0 as we move into the top of the 4th.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Melissa here again with ARC. Have you heard we are a locally owned and operated company? We have created new affordable housing solutions for the Valley, as well as creating amazing custom spaces out of repurposed shipping containers. We build mobile offices, commercial spaces, pools, spas. The possibilities are endless when you choose ARC. Get $1,000 off any office purchase until the end of February. We are located at 375 West, 910 South in Heber. Check out our website at spacesbyarc.com.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 4th brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Let's give an update on the soccer team, Ty. 3-0 to start off the year. They played tonight against Spanish Fork, and one of those wins included a big shootout victory win over 6A Skyridge, who might be the best team in 6A. Bodie Helis off to a great start. 3 goals in the 3 games. Beto Vargas, 1 goal and 1 assist, and Jaden Cosper, 1 goal, 1 assist, as the returning state champs taking off right where they just left off. Colton Bassett will lead it off, followed by Riker Evans, and then back to the top of the order for Card and Bucott. Swings at the first pitch, fouls that one off, and that'll move the count to 0-1. That one's in there for strike 2. 0-2 now the count here to the senior Bassett, who's been playing left field for Wasatch. Working out of the windup is Lunt. Lunt on the mound, ready to go. Bassett takes a little bit to get back in the box. Now he's in there. The 0-2. This one swung on. It's a sharp hit. Ground ball to the shortstop. Goes off of his shoulder to the second baseman. Second baseman throws it over to first. But Bassett's able to get there before. And that one, I don't even think that got the shoulder.
Face,
got it right in the
right
face.
Off the face. Yeah, that was a. I think I might have done it on the air, and I just it was one of those when it hits just a nasty hop. That you go check for teeth afterwards. Make sure no teeth have been knocked out on that one.
It's a funny game, Ty. We were talking off air, and just that last inning alone, the number 8 hitter for Cedar City is able to get on with a little bloop single over the top of everybody in the infield and right in front of the outfield. Just not a great-looking hit. And then the last batter gets up and ropes probably the best barrel of the game for Cedar City, but it happens to be right at a guy, so he doesn't get on base. And there, that's a sharp hit ground ball from Bassett and just a bad hop, right?
Yeah.
It's just the field. It's been a little bit wet. And that one, I don't think you could have done anything differently if you're the shortstop on that one.
But then how crazy is baseball that off the face, Bassett still almost gets thrown
out
out because the second baseman, it just ricochets and pinballs over to him to give him an opportunity.
Nonetheless, Wasatch gets their leadoff guy on. So it's 5-0 Wasatch here in the top of the fourth. Nobody out. Riker Evans in the box with Carter Bucad on deck. Bassett good speed over at first base. Played two-year sport athlete here for Wasatch. Football player, started on both the offensive and defensive side of things. Riker's going to square. That ball's in the dirt. Ooh, Bassett could have probably taken that one. Didn't see where the ball was. Ball one.
Yeah, Ty, I think you're right. Probably could have, but situationally, nobody out. You want to be sure on those balls in the dirt. So probably the right call there from Colton when you don't get a good read. Live to see another one.
Evans doesn't square on this one. Takes another ball, so that moves the count to 2-0. Again, we'll move back up to the top of the order after Evans, the number 9 hitter for the game today. Not a big lead for Bassett. Slide step. Evans is going to try to lay down the drag. It's going to go foul to the Wasatch dugout. 2-1 the count.
That was a good look, Ty. He nearly just set that one down right where he wanted it. Coach Jacobson got him on that. It was one of those, have that look on his face like that was just about perfect.
Evans going to square early once again. The 2-1. That one's down. It is at the third baseman. It gets down. That'll be a good sacrifice bunt. Third baseman throws it across the diamond in time. Nice sacrifice bunt there for Evans. And Wasatch has a duck on the pond with one away in the top of the order coming up.
So much to love about this game for Wasatch right now, Tyler. The early sequence there, 2-0. That's a hitter's count. And so what does Wasatch try to do? They try to sneak a drag bunt down and see if they can steal a hit off of it, when really what they're looking to do the whole time is just advance the runner. Once you get to 2-1 after the foul ball, Evans gives himself up on the next sack bunt. He squares around early. Everyone knows it's coming. He gets the defense shifting and moving where it's supposed to. And then he lays down a perfect bunt. It pulls the third baseman up to field it. He gives himself up, and it moves Bassett over there to second base. He's now going to give Wasatch 2 chances from the top of the lineup to extend this lead.
Carter Bucad grounded out on a sharply hit ground ball to the second baseman. His first at bat, struck out his second at bat, had a couple of singles in his in the first game today. Carter steps in, scoots a little bit to the back of the box. 0-1 the count with one away, and again a runner on second base. The pitch, off speed, that one's up. 1-1 now the count.
First game this morning, Tyler against Ridgeline. Wasatch falling 11-1 in that. It's almost cliche to say it, but it's what you expect in the first game of the season. First time out really on the dirt for these guys. 9 o'clock, raining, 40 degrees, and the team played a little bit like it already in this one against, I think, a little bit better opponent, a little bit better pitcher here on the mound. Wasatch is showing you a lot of ability and a lot of skill in this one early on. I think a pitcher that's throwing strikes makes a big difference. It gives confidence and rhythm to the team. And so Wasatch, but they had that in the first game too. Riker was throwing strikes as well, Tyler, in that one. But Ridgeline was just able to find their way on base with that, and it kind of threw off the rhythm a little bit.
2-2 the count, one away with the runner on second as the curveball's in there for a strike. Bucad facing his third 2-strike account today. Lunt takes his time, delivers on the slide step, elevates that one for ball 3. So full count here in the top of the fourth.
This is an interesting situation for a pitch here. You got a base open. Carter's third time. Carter's been on the barrel a few times. Tries to come back and hit him with that slider on Bucad here.
Instead he elevates, but Carter's able to get a hold of it. Was looking fastball, was on time, just a little bit up in the zone. Fouls it off, and we'll reset with a full count. Lunt back on the mound. Actually, he'll step off to reset. Runner on second base is Bassett. Reached on a hard air off the face of the short side. In fact, I don't know if we can call that an error. The payoff. Swung on, elevated to center field. It's going to push the center fielder back, and he'll make the grab. Bassett does not go back to tag up. Probably had a chance to do so, but the runner will stay at second base with 2 away, and that'll bring up another senior in Zach Burdett.
Yeah, Ty, that's a mistake there from Colton not tagging up in that sequence. Because if that ball gets down, it's getting down in the gap, and that ball's going to be to the fence, and you're going to score anyway. And so the move there would have been to retreat and tag up on that ball with the momentum moving the center fielder away from second base. One of the few errors we've seen in the game so far from Wasatch.
Burdett comes up, reached on a single to the third baseman in his first at bat, and then reached by an error on the shortstop in his second. So he's reached base twice. Wasatch looking for a 2-out hit here to score a run and extend that 5-0 lead. Lund comes set. Delivers. That one's a pretty good pitch in there for strike one. 1-1 now the count. 0-1 the count? 0-1 the count. 1-1. Lund working again out of the stretch. The pitch, that's the off speed. That one's up in the zone again. Moves the count to 2-1. Again with the runner on second base, 2 away. Wasatch leading 5-0 in Game 2 of our doubleheader. We began the morning at 9 o'clock this morning. Wasatch fell to Ridgeline in that first game. We'll have another doubleheader tomorrow starting at 11 a.m., and then the second game will be right after as well. The 2-1. That one swung on. Lazy ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman fields it clean, throws it across the diamond, barely in time. Burdett showing off the wheels, but Wasatch is retired. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 5-0 as we move into the bottom of the 4th.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Bottom of the 4th brought to you by Heber Appliance. When you're down to your final out and your fridge goes out, turn your drop the ball into a touch 'em all at Heber Appliance. Increase your at-home satisfaction with Heber Appliance furniture and mattress. 2-3-4 up for the Cedar City Reds. Boyer, Nash, and Payne. Boyer singled through the 3-4 hole in his first at bat and then pop out and strike out for the other 3 batters. Wasatch again leading 5-0 on that Heber City or Heber Appliance and furniture and mattress scoreboard. Braxton Power still on the mound. 1-1 the count to Boyer. Nathan doing a good job behind the dish for Wasatch. We take a look at the infield once again. Ball at third. Bukata short. Shaw at second. And Riker Evans playing first base today. Nice off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. Moves count to 1-2.
It's pitch 45 for Braxton on the day, Tyler. Like you see in your first game of the year, probably not going to push it over 5 pitches. And so you start looking at innings, and he's on pace to get pretty deep in this one if he stays on this trend.
This one swung on and elevated to center field. Zach Burdett continues to have himself a day. Settles up for another catch. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
One of the underrated things that Braxton is doing, Tyler, is when you throw as many strikes as he does, is it keeps your field engaged in the game. And you're seeing good jumps from the outfield, seeing good good jumps on the infield, good prep step, because you feel like any pitch, the ball could be coming at you. And just when you're throwing a lot of strikes, that's what it does for you. You get better fielding when you put more strikes in the zone as a pitcher.
So far, perfect storm here for Fuller in his first outing. Wasatch gives him the 5-0 lead, so now you're not as much pressure on the mound, right? Go ahead, put it over there, let him hit it, see how far they can hit it is kind of the old cliche, and already has the 0-2 count here to the number 3 hitter, Nash, who popped out to the right fielder in his first at bat. Shakes off the catcher a couple of times and now delivers the 0-2. Goes high and up, too far up, and that's going to be 1-2 the count. Doesn't get Nash to chase. Does have a little bit of zip on that fastball tie for the freshman. Back into the windup, delivers the 1-2, goes back to the slider, misses low and outside, moves the count to 2-2.
Ty, you're right. If you want to look for comps, Bolander, when he came in as a freshman, was in the low 80 range, and Braxton today has been 80, 81 on the gun here at this point in the game. So having a really nice start as a freshman, putting his name early on in the company of some really, really good baseball players that have come through Wasatch.
This fills up the count, though, as he misses high and inside. Fowler still working out of the windup. Delivers the payoff with one away. And misses. That's going to be his first base on balls he's given up this season. And that's going to bring up Payne, who struck out in his first at bat, hitting in the 4 spot. On deck is Pauly. Got a ground out to the third baseman. Another thing you mentioned again off air, Ty, is the stamina, right? Like how good of shape is he in? You're mentioning he's up around 50 pitches now. See the first walk that he's given up this game. We'll see how he adjusts off of that. Goes back to the off speed, misses low and outside for ball 1.
Ty, right now, I would tell you stamina doesn't seem to be a major concern of mine. Watching Braxton out here at this point, he's still right around the 50 pitch mark, and when he's missing, he's not missing up, and that's kind of your big indicator to stamina.
The ball's going to get by Hafen, so the runner will advance to second base. 2-0 now the count. Wasatch leading 5-0. Fowler's had a good outing, 3 scoreless innings so far in the game today. Back into the box is Payne. Ahead 2-0. The pitch. Fastball, check swing, foul ball to the Cedar City dugout. Moves the count to 2-1. Fowler living at the bottom of the zone in the last couple of batters. Has missed low more often than high. Nice fastball there just below the knees. Gets him to chase. 2-1 now the count. Fowler takes a look. Delivers after one look. It's another fastball. This one's elevated to right field. Sweat got a good jump on it. Settles underneath it. Has a tag. Sweat's going to get it in quickly. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Good job from Blake Tyler out there in right field. He's moving from infield to outfield this year. He played a little bit more on the third base, shortstop, middle infield area, Tyler, in his past. And they moved him out to the outfield with his speed in his arm. And you can already see doing a nice job there, circling around that ball, getting in a position where he can put a good throw at third base to keep the runner from tagging up.
So it's still back on the pond with 2 away. It's going to bring up Pauly for Cedar City. Cedar City still looking for their first run of the season. Fowler delivers. Fastball up in the zone. 1-0 the count. Of course, Fowler starting out of the stretch. Delivers the 1-0. Goes back to the fastball. Puts him by him for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, you can see still plenty of zip on that fastball, Tyler. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Two outs.
Trip to the mound here from Hafen, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Stop on in to Mirror Lake Station over in Camas. They've grown to love their Chevron family. A little bit of confusion, I think, on just picks and looks. Going over what the looks are so we don't leave Bridger just hanging out there at second base.
Yeah, Ty, explain that a little bit more when you say picks and looks.
Yeah, so you want to kind of simplify what the pitcher has to think about out on the mound. And so your shortstop and second baseman will help him out by saying how many looks he should take at second base. And it helps the second baseman and shortstop know when they need to get back into their position so they're not covering second while the pitch is going in. So they have some different signals that tells the pitcher what to do out there on the mound. Fastball to the shortstop, backhanded stop run who caught, keeps the ball in the infield and preserves the run. Guy at third base got a little bit further off. Throw over third base, not in time. But a good play there from Bucad's able to save a run. And so we have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Great play from Carter Bucad there, Tyler. That's going back to your picks and looks. Those are the kind of things that make a difference. Now, Bucad wasn't holding on that pitch. It was Shaw over there at second base. But able to be in your fielding position and have a good prep step and a range on that, was able to knock that ball down and keep a run off the board there. I think the Cedar coach on third base nearly had a heart attack as he saw Carter had it, was holding his hands up the whole way. His runner still went through and rounded the base. Nearly cost him an out as Bucad heads up, threw it over there to third to Dahl. Nearly put the tag on him.
1-0 the count. Runners on the corners. Cedar City again trying to get their first run of the game. Fowler trying to work himself out of a jam. Fastball, swing and a miss. The pitcher, Lunt, trying to help himself out. 1-1 now the count. Lunt in his first at bat. Popped out to the shortstop in shallow left center field. 1-1. Working the bottom of the zone. Too far down. Moves count to 2-1.
See if Cedar wants to put a little action on the base pass here, Tyler. 2-1 count. Should be a hittable pitch.
Goes with a pickoff move. Fowler not in time over first base, but does make him think.
Little details, Ty. That mixes up your timing, and if they are going to put a runner in motion, that's going to make him think twice on that.
Fowler takes a peek, delivers inside, nearly gets Lunt on the leg. Lunt's able to get out of the way. 3-1 now the count with 2 away. Fowler taking his time to get back out onto the mound. 3-1 the count, good hitters count here for Lunt. Fowler comes set, deep breath, delivers. Too far outside, second base on balls of the inning here for Fowler, and that's going to load the bases and bring up Corey, who did strike out in his last at bat.
This is actually going to be a pinch hitter here, Ty.
Sorry. Number 19 is going to come in.
This was planned before the bases even got loaded. The umpire came over at the beginning of the inning and said if we get to this point where Corey's hitting, he's the third baseman, we're going to sub and have a pinch hitter here. So this is not because the bases are loaded and they're picking a spot here. This was already a move they were making.
Sorry, this is another Corey. So Corey just hit Daxton Corey. It was Burgess who was hitting, and now it's going to be Colin Corey. This is his first at bat of the season. Only a sophomore. Hitting for, I believe, the left fielders. I think that's where Burgess is playing today. Oh, base loaded.
It's a good mound visit here. Ty, Coach Shakeson was able to go take that one there as the sub was being put in, and I think that's a good time to go make a visit there to Braxton. Got the bases loaded. You've had a couple walks in this inning. Just go give some encouragement. Remind him that he's been humming this game and get back to what he's doing. See if we can get this final out.
Goes back to the windup and gets a strike right off the bat. That ball's going to be fouled off towards the Wasatch dugout. 1 strike, no balls here with 2 away, and the bases juiced. The 0-1. Bond with the count. Gets the called strike on the outside corner. Hafen thinks about a backdoor pick over at first base. Makes the runner at first scamper back. 0-2 now the count with 2 away. Tries to go up in the zone. It's going to be a ground ball to the 5-6 hole. It gets through. The seeing eye single gets through. Runners are going to stay, so only 1 advancement on the base pass. But 1 run comes in on the 2-out single. Through the 5-6 hole.
A good piece of hitting there, Tyler, from the pinch hitter. Corey.
Yeah, so I was actually calling Corey, who was pinch hitting for Daxton Corey. So that's where I got the confusion. Burgess is now up now. He singled to shallow center field on the broken bat single in his last at bat. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike, but it is 5-1 as Cedar City gets their first run of the game. The 0-1 goes right back to that off-speed again. Back-to-back curveballs, and Braxton's ahead 0-2. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. The pitch goes with the fastball. It's elevated to shallow center field. Burnett coming up, sliding grab, and makes the play. And how about that for a good Spot A Play of the Day nominee? Saves a couple of runs, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. 3 are left on base. It's 5-1 as we go into the 5th.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 5th brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can regain your freedom and regain your balance. Wasatch leads 5-1 as we go into the top of the 5th. I want to remind you, after the top of the 5th, we will go into our Guild Mortgage 5th inning stretch report. Update you on where Wasatch got to this point of leading 5-1. Wasatch has 3-4-5 up. Bridger Shaw, Blake Sweat, and Grant Mahoney. Bridger Shaw right now 2-0 on the count. Reached on an error by the third baseman and had a sacrifice bunt in his last at bat. 2-1 now the count after a foul ball to the third base side. Lunt working out of the windup. Bridger steps into the box on the right-hand side. The pitch. Off speed. And, gets a check swing strike. Moves the count to 2-2. The count. And misses high on that one. Moves the count to full. Payoff pitch here from Lunt. And that one misses low. Bridger's going to reach base for the second time today on the walk, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on. And Ty, this is the situation I hated to be in, is when you got one of your hottest hitters up with a guy with your leadoff guy on, and what do you do here? In fact, I always like a little bit.
You're not sure whether you should lay down a bunt.
Well, yeah, I did.
Right?
You play small ball, put a hit and run on. Righty's a good contact guy, a little bit of speed over there at first base. We'll see what Coach Shakerson decides to do.
Coach Shakerson has usually liked to go to the bunt in these situations, Ty.
And said he's going to let Sweat swing it. Sweat's going to elevate it to right field, and that'll be the out. Fly out there from Blake. He singled in his last at bat. He's had now 2 hits on the year, reached in his first one, and had an RBI in his first at bat. He's going to bring up Grant Mahoney. Nobody hotter right now on the team than Grant. He's got 3 doubles in his first 2 games, a couple of RBIs in the game today, and a run scored in his first game. Off-speed pitch. Nice off-speed pitch is in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count, 1 away. Again, Wasatch leading 5-1 here in the top of the 5th. Yeah, not a lot of pause there. Bridger's going to go ahead and get to advance to second base.
Bridger had that read well, though, Tyler. He was back easily, but he saw what you saw. Thought it was a balk, and the umpires agree.
He's going to move the runner to second base, so a duck on the pond here from Mahoney. He's already got 2 RBIs. See if he can capitalize on another one. 0-1 the count with 1 away. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. Moves the count to 1-1. One thing I was impressed with Grant in that first game, Ty, is we saw that swing where he kind of was going after it, but he's been able to adjust. And on that last at-bat, you mentioned it, with 2 strikes, a nice little just short and condensed swing over to the second baseman's head. 0-2 the count. The pitch, not able to catch up to that one. That's going to be strike 3. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up Colton Hafen. Struck out in his last at-bat as well, but did single up the middle for an RBI in his first at-bat.
Ty Lunt's actually thrown pretty well here for Cedar today. He's got 4 strikeouts on the game, only 1 earned run out of the 5. Defense has been a little bit of a mess behind him at the wrong time. But otherwise, Lunt's been pretty tough there on the mound.
Big swing there from Hafen, fouls it off for strike 1. On deck is Mike Adal. Had a good barrel in his last at-bat. Ended up flying out to left center field. 0-1 the count here to Hafen. Lunt likes it. Delivers. It's going to be an off-speed right at the dugout of Cedar City. That's why you have the nets on the dugout, because that one would have hurt those 2 players of Cedar City sitting there.
That was a hot one there, Ty, coming off the bat for sure. Coach Jacobson, before that pitch, was encouraging Colton to go earlier, get that momentum moving earlier, and you can see he's still late, Tyler, late on that pitch coming through.
The 0-2, that one elevates for ball 1. 1-2 the count. 2 away, runner on second. Didn't see, was it Burdett, Ty, that was out in the bullpen warming up a little bit? Is that who I saw?
So. Hate to lose him in center field, though, Ty. He's been so good out there.
But a good strike thrower, going back to when we coached him back in 8th grade, as you mentioned. 1-2 the count, 2 away. Lunt, 1 look, delivers. It's an off-speed into the dirt, and a check swing strikeout. Oh.
Back that one up, Tyler.
I'm going to say unbiasedly that I'm going to disagree. I thought Hafen went for that one. But Wasatch gets new life, and it's going to be a 2-2 count.
Was on his way back to the dugout, too.
I'm pretty sure he went on that
one. A little bit stunned himself.
The 2-2, this is going to be a high ground ball off of the plate. Pitcher has to make a tough play. Can't do it. It's going to go into the outfield. Hafen is going to advance to second. 1 run comes in, and Wasatch is able to take advantage of the non-strikeout. Man, you hate to see that as a coach when you feel like you're out of the inning.
Losing my mind as the Cedar coach over there, because not only did you kind of get robbed on that on the call, where it certainly looked like a strikeout before, but then you get a great pitch, a rollover, ball that goes about 20 feet out there, and the pitcher throws it away.
Can't get the out.
It just drives you nuts.
Going to bring up Mike Adal again, elevated 1 to left center field for a fly out in his last at-bat. Struck out in his first, but has a duck on the pond, and it's Jacob Bradshaw who's speed up running for Hafen. Hafen now with a couple of RBIs on that. Had an RBI in the first and ended up getting a run scored on that one. I think Coach James was talking about he was just late in all of those swings in that at-bat. 1-0 the count. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Move the count to 1-1. On deck is Bassett for Wasatch. 1-1 the count. The pitch. That one's going to be a roll over to the third baseman. Third baseman closes his eyes, fields it clean, throws it across the diamond. Nice play from the first baseman. He scoops it off the grass. And Wasatch is finally retired. 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner is left on base. Wasatch takes the 6-1 lead into the 5th inning stretch. 5th inning stretch brought to you by Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage. He has loans options to fit every situation, from down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers to government-sponsored programs for military families and rural residents, or jumbo loans in high-cost markets. Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage has it all. Ty, going to throw it over to you for our inning-by-inning game summary.
Ty, Wasatch got the scoring started in the first inning by getting 3 runs. Here's how those 3 runs came across. Zach Burdett got on an infield single, showing off the wheels there, and then Bridger Shaw was able to get on an error by the third baseman on the very next pitch. And after that, Blake Sweat also hit a sharp ground ball that resulted in an error. And on that error, so back-to-back hits where there were just fielding errors from the Cedar Reds, Wasatch was able to get their first run on the board. Your next hitter, Grant Mahoney, grounded out to the shortstop, but it was an effective out, as the runner on third base was able to come in with less than 2 outs, and Wasatch went ahead 2-0. And then Colton Hafen got a big 2-out hit
with a single back up the middle to get Wasatch their third run, and Blake Sweat was able to come across and score. Wasatch went ahead 3-0 in that inning, and then you had some great pitching there from Fowler. Fowler, for Wasatch, the freshman, getting to start, put 2 goose eggs up in the three in a row to start off his high school career. First, second, and third innings go scoreless. Wasatch in the third inning, the top of the third, they added a couple more runs on the board to make this a 5-0 game. Grant Mahoney hit a double on a line drive to the right center gap that was able to score Burdett and Sweat in that inning. And Wasatch took a 5-0 lead. And then the Wasps were able to, they did give up 1 run in that last inning on a big 2-out knock with the bases loaded from Cedar. But they were able to work out of that jam on the very next hitter and get them out. And then the Wasps respond here in the top of the fifth by getting a run with 2 outs there on that Colden Hafen ball and play that resulted in another error. So Cedar, as you can get from that recap, Tyler, has struggled defensively. Several errors with runners on have allowed runs to come across the board. But Wasatch has also had some big hits. Hafen with a 2-out RBI knock. Mahoney getting the knock to the right center to get a couple runs in on that double with 2 strikes. So they've gotten big clutch hits in the moments they've needed them, and they've gotten great pitching on the mound from Fowler, who looks like his day is going to be done here, Ty.
The Gordon Law Group's your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. As we start at the bottom of the fifth, Zach Burdett does come into the game onto the mound for Wasatch. He's going to get a rollover. This is a tough play for Burdett. Steps off the mound, throws it to first, and Burdett is just saying, I'm going to make every play I can today. He's been awesome in center field, makes a nice play there at the pitcher position. Fowler's going to move to right field. Bassett's going to move to center, and Blake Sweat will stay in right. Those are your defensive substitutions. Ty, you talked about the clutch hitting with 2 strikes, with 2 outs. We're going to give that our Dorius Dental key to the lead right now for Wasatch. Dorius Dental offers no surprises in dental treatment. Dr. Dorius and Dr. Proctor love to make your mouth smile. Learn more at DoriusDental.com. Nice strike in there to the leadoff hitter. The leadoff hitter is Giles, lined out to center field and popped out to the shortstop in his 2 at-bats. And now he falls behind 0-2. Ty, going to go ahead and throw it over, and let's give us some standout performers so far in this game today, brought to you by Bank of Utah.
Well, Ty, you got to start with the freshman on the mound with Braxton. He did a great job giving Wasatch a chance in this one, just throwing a lot of strikes. And so that's where I'd give the nod, Ty. He goes 4 innings, gives up 1 run, strikes out a couple hitters, and just is dynamic as far as throwing strikes for Wasatch. 70 pitches on the day and only 27 balls there, Tyler. So he was very efficient there on the mound as far as putting strikes in the zone. Did get a little tired there late. It looked like had a couple walks in that last inning, and this is probably a good move for Coach Jacobson to make the move here right now. But I'd start with Fowler for sure in this one.
Ground ball to Micah Dahl. Micah Dahl fields it clean, throws it across the diamond in time, and Wasatch has 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The standout performer brought to you by Bank of Utah, who has accounts for everyone, from personal and business checking and savings accounts to mortgage and consumer loans. Visit our friendly Heber branch at 620 West 100 South, and together we'll build relationships that last. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ty, with that ball in play, there are a few other names I just wanted to float out here. This guy on the mound right now, Zach Burdett, has had a fantastic day in center field. Been very, very good. And in that last inning, the bottom of the 4th, bases loaded. Cedar had already scored 1 run with 2 outs. And Burdett made a diving grab to end that inning and save a couple runs. He's definitely a guy you've got to give a nod to defensively as well.
Ground ball to the first baseman, Riker Evans, goes over, fields it clean, touches the bag, and Wasatch gets a 1-2-3 goose egg inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And Wasatch leads 6-1 as we go into the top of the 6th.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the sixth action brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Ty, got to our standout performers as we go into the top of the sixth. How about a standout play or a play of the day so far for Wasatch?
I want to give you an offense and a defensive one. In the top of the third inning here, Grant Mahoney stepped into the box, Tyler, with a runner on third and first. And Mahoney doubled the line drive over the second baseman's head, went all the way to the fence, and scored Zach Burdett and Blake Sweat to extend the lead to 5-0 for Wasatch. And to me, that was the biggest offensive moment of the game. But the biggest play of the game is definitely in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs, bases loaded, Wasatch leading 5-1. Cedar just pushed one run across and has their number 9 hitter up, and he gets a bleeder, Tyler, that's going towards center field and right at Zach Burdett. Burdett got a great jump on it, made a sliding grab to secure the third out and keep at least 2 runs off the board in that inning. It would have made it a 5-3 game with the top of the lineup coming up with runners in scoring position, and that was easily the biggest moment of the game so far.
That moment brought to you by A Good Spa Day, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick A Good Spa Day to be your spa. It'll be Colton Bassett to lead it off, followed by Riker Evans. And Bassett's gone to the pitcher every time so far today. He reached on an error and now has grounded out twice to the pitcher. 1 away here in the top of the sixth, and that brings up Riker Evans and then the top of the order.
Yeah, Ty, you might want to joke with him and pull him aside and say, hey, Bassett, our goal for you next time up is let's just get it 90 feet.
I lied.
Right?
I lied.
90 feet.
He had the sharp hit to shortstop.
That's right, Ty.
Remember that off his eye? Yeah, I forgot. I apologize
You're selling
for
him
that.
short over
I
there.
apologize.
I'm
in fact, I got to apologize to him in person after that. It's going to bring up Riker Evans. So Evans, in his last at bat, had a sacrifice bunt and grounded out to the pitcher. He'll take ball 1. Still Lunt on the mound for Cedar City. Nice curveball in there for strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Give a shout out to some of the other sports, Ty. We've already talked about softball, soccer. How about lacrosse, 2-0 to get things started here in their season, coming off their best season so far, a quarterfinal appearance, 2-0 with wins. This one's going to be swung on, and a nice ground ball base hit through the 3-4 hole for Riker Evans, and Wasatch has a runner on base with 1 out.
Ty, you're probably loving that. You don't think there's anything prettier than a nice 4-3 single through that gap.
It's just easy. Just take the bat out and let it go through that 3-4 hole.
Yeah, it's not nearly as fun, though, as touching them all the time if you just hit it out. But
hey,
I do think that's a sign of a good hitter that can drive the ball the other way.
Giving other people opportunities to have RBIs, Ty. It's all about serving, right?
Well,
Giving other people
you can get your numbers of stealing bases up. There's a lot you can do if you just get singles the other way.
Carter Bucad's going to come up hitless in this game. Had 2 hits in game 1. His at-bats today so far have been ground out and had a nice barrel on his last at-bat to the center fielder. Elevate for ball 1. What's Lunt up to, Ty, on his pitch count?
That makes it 79.
He's had an efficient outing.
Yeah, he's been good, Ty. His defense kind of let him down a little bit.
I've got them down for 4 errors in the game today. That one's going to be low for ball 2.
He's still only given up 1 earned run in the ball game.
Bucad steps into the box, 2-0 count with a runner on first base. Evans not a big lead. Not a lot of speed. Bucad a big swing on that one. Just missed it, goes straight back into the backstop. 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, that was an aggressive swing. Love that on 2-0. Carter had some bad intentions for that baseball.
And I tell you, Ty, if you go back to look at the hole that you have on that 3-4 side. You got the first baseman playing and holding on the runner, and the second baseman is playing almost double play depth. Instead, it's going to be ground ball to third baseman. Third baseman fields it, flips it to second to first. Nice 5-4-3 double play, and Cedar City gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 6-1 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Gravity Coalition offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Wasatch leads 6-1 on our Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress scoreboard. As we go into the bottom of the sixth, Zach Burdett on the mound. Braxton Fowler throws 4 innings of one-run baseball. Zach Burdett had a 1-2-3 inning in that last inning. And we'll see if Wasatch can continue to play well defensively.
Ty, this has been a good bounce-back game for Wasatch. This is the second of a doubleheader this morning. Wasatch fell in the first, and it got away from him late, Tyler. It was an 11-1 loss. Teams played really well. Now let's see if they can close this one down.
Leadoff hitter here for Cedar City will be Nash, the number 3 hitter. Walked in his last at-bat and popped out to the right fielder in his first at-bat. A couple of big swings and an 0-2 count here from Burdett on the mound.
Ty, we were joking off there that you and I were coaching Wasatch 3 years ago, and Zach was a freshman. And
nice spot there, and sorry to cut you off, Ty. A nice strikeout. Only the 3rd strikeout of the game for Wasatch, and it's a backwards K there from Burdett.
No, you cut me off anytime. We got a strikeout going, Ty. No offense taken whatsoever. Nice pitch for Zach. But I was going to say we just really liked Zach as a player. He was a little smaller, late grower, Tyler, but he always had a great glove, could throw strikes, and the freshman coach at the time, Josh Darrow, who was another great that played at Wasatch, just loved Zach because it's so hard to get underclassmen to throw strikes sometimes. And so he would go to Zach, it felt like, every day because Zach was just so reliable on the mound to keep you in games because he was throwing strikes. And it's fun to see Zach out here as a senior getting a chance here on the mound again.
1-1 the count here to the number 4 hitter. Gets a swing and a miss there is Payne. Payne the strikeout and a pop out to the right fielder. 1-2 the count. Goes with the off speed. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Bucad fields it, throws it across the diamond in time. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ty, it's just hard to beat good baseball, and Carter Bucad just plays good baseball. He just makes everything look so easy. Ozzie Smith, comes to mind when someone asked, wasn't it Ozzie Smith that they said, how do you field a bad hop? And he says,
I've never fielded one.
I've never fielded a bad hop because, and he's implying you get a good read, good jump with your feet, you get into the right spot, and there's no bad hop. And that's what it looks like when Carter plays shortstop. He makes plays look easy, and that one there, he takes the right steps in, gets the nice in-between hop, comes right up below his belt, and makes it look easy. And he just plays some good, clean baseball there at shortstop.
0-1, make it 0-2 to Pale, who's had a ground out of the 3rd baseman and then singled in his second at bat, but now falls down 0-2. Burdett working quickly. The 0-2 goes back into the off speed, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Burdett. Hafen's got to throw this one down to first base, but 2 strikeouts, and Burdett has faced 6 batters and has retired 6 batters, and Wasatch has a 6-1 lead going into the 7th and final inning.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the seventh brought to you by Heber Appliance, or excuse me, top of the seventh brought to you by Heber Appliance. When you're down to your final out and your fridge goes out, turn your drop the ball into a touch 'em all at Heber Appliance. Increase your at-home satisfaction with Heber Appliance furniture and mattress. Ty, in the Dairy King pregame show, we talked how we saw enough good, even though it was a rough 11-1 loss in that opening game, that we felt like Wasatch could be competitive this year. And how about the bounce back? And you've seen a duo on the mound that's been very effective. Braxton Fowler throws 4 innings of 1 hit or 1-run baseball, and now Zach Burdett comes in, 2 innings pitched, only faced 6 batters, and has retired all 6.
Yeah, Ty, I think those two easily have stood out defensively to you. Fowler, I was so impressed by Fowler because of what he did outside of just the pitching, Tyler. And it was the mental game to me where he seemed to understand situations of when to throw certain pitches. He moved it inside. He moved it outside. He would pick over. He just did all the little things really well. And how about Zach coming through? We talked about it as a freshman. He's picked up a lot of velocity since his freshman year, right? That's a pretty good combo with those two going on the mound right now. I think you're going to see, too, as the season goes on. Fowler, of course, will be able to get you a little deeper. They only had him around about 60 pitches in this one, Ty, and he'll probably be able to go 2-3 more innings over the course of the season. But good things happening for Wasatch.
Burnett comes in 1 for 3 on the day, had an infield single, reached on in there, and then grounded out to the second baseman. 1-1 the count as he takes ball 1 and now fouls off strike 1 on the second pitch. 2-3-4 up for Wasatch, Burnett, Shaw, and Sweat. Burnett on the right-hand side. Lunt still on the mound here for Cedar City. Swing and fouls out with straight back. 1-2 now the count for Burnett.
Ty, as good as the pitching has been for Wasatch, Cedar has been right there. Lunt, that's only pitch 85 for him. We're in the 7th inning. He's been really efficient. Gave up 6 hits, 6 runs. Only 1 has been earned. And he only has 1 walk to go with 4 strikeouts.
That one bounced and went for the umpire's head. He
got his cleat on the land there, Tyler. He didn't come out clean. That one was, give it the broadcaster's jinx, is not look good on that.
2-2 now the count. Wasatch again leading 6-1 here in the 7th inning. Cedar City, the home team, get their last at-bats coming up. Burnett's going to elevate this one to center field. Center fielder's going to settle underneath it and make the grab. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Remind our listeners, Mirror Lake Station, best donuts in Utah. You got to stop in early or else you're not going to have any left. They'd like to thank their Chevron family and really appreciate your support over there on the entrance to Mirror Lake Station Highway. Mirror Lake Highway. We might as well call it Mirror Lake Station Highway. I mean, that, right? I mean, isn't that a more recognizable name?
There's no other reason why people go out there, is there, other than just Mirror Lake Station?
In fact, we called...
That's almost blasphemy to say that, Tyler. I mean, there's so many beautiful things on Mirror Lake Highway.
It's going to bring up Bridges Shaw, who falls down 0-1. Now makes it 1-1. There's some great moments in every broadcasting year, Ty. One of them for me was the second day of the state tournament when they showed up with that box of donuts. I mean, I was a little worried about being able, it's the second day, those state tournaments can get long, enjoyable, but
they're
you
fun,
get long.
Yeah, you were entering about hour 15, 16 of that tournament.
Yeah, to see that box of donuts plop down in front of us was a game changer. 2-1 the count here to Shaw with 1 away in the top of the 7th. Again, Wasatch trying to hold on to a 6-1 lead.
It's a new look of donuts, too, Tyler. It had that strawberries and cream.
Yes.
I've never tried that one before. And then you had, I don't know what to call it other than like a peanut butter explosion.
Yeah.
Peanut butter cup.
That's a good way to call it. The 2-1, that's elevated. And you can start to see a little bit of fatigue on Lunt, starting to miss a little bit high and outside. Moves count to 3-1. This is not first weekend for Cedar. So you mentioned, I believe they've already played 5, maybe 6 games. This is definitely Lunt's second outing. That one's in there for a strike. Fills up the count at 3-2. Nice setup out here in Snow Canyon. They've got the flat dugout, so we actually get to sit up here on the dugouts. It's a nice setup for us. Full count pitch is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Gets a nice hop, fills it clean, throws it across the diamond. Nice 6-3 put out. And there's 2 away here for Wasatch. But I was going to ask you, Ty, St. George is kind of known for their ballparks, right? Not only do you have better weather down here to actually play, but very beautiful ballparks. If I had to put you on the spot, which one's your favorite down here? If you had to pick, which ballpark to play on?
That's a good question.
You mentioned Hurricane, not necessarily as competitive, but it's not a bad setup out there at Hurricane either with their
Hurricane's
ballpark.
not tight. There's not a bad one. I'll tell you my least favorite is Pineview. I don't think Pineview has as good of a setup as the other schools, so I'll start there with that one. But I like Dixie's field. Dixie has a pretty good setup down there. They've got bucket seats for everyone. It's kind of a mini UVU field that they've got. From a broadcaster's perspective, I think Snow Canyon's about as good as it gets when the internet works. We had internet problems this morning, but the setup to watch a game here at Snow Canyon is fantastic. Desert Hills might be my favorite distance, though, Tyler. The size of their fence, I think they're about 320, 325 down the line, and 360 to center. That's a good field.
Blake Sweat's going to elevate this one, and Wasatch goes down in order 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 7th. So it's a 6-1 lead as we go into the bottom of the 7th. Wasatch 3 outs away from getting their first win of the season.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Melissa here again with ARC. Have you heard we are a locally owned and operated company? We have created new affordable housing solutions for the Valley, as well as creating amazing custom spaces out of repurposed shipping containers. We build mobile offices, commercial spaces, pools, spas. The possibilities are endless when you choose ARC. Get $1,000 off any office purchase until the end of February. We are located at 375 West, 910 South in Heber. Check out our website at spacesbyarc.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. Wasatch 3 outs away from getting their first win of the season after falling to Ridgeline in Game 1 of their doubleheader. It'll be Zach Burdett on the mound, trying to close this one out. Wasatch leading 6-1. Lunt, the pitcher, on the mound for Cedar City, went the distance through all 7 innings for Cedar City, trying to help himself out here. Gets ahead 2-0 to start off the at-bat. Hafen in at third base for Wasatch. A defensive substitution there. And I missed the first pitch. So 4 straight pitches, and not what we're used to seeing from Burdett as he throws 4 straight balls. Going to bring up Curry, who actually singled through the 5-6 hole in his last at-bat, has the lone RBI as a pinch hitter. Only a sophomore, had his first at-bat and got the single RBI.
Ty, he's a double play opportunity. His first at-bat, he had that foul ball that was sharp to the dugout into the ground, and then the single through the 5-6 hole. And so if I'm Bucat and Hafen, I'm extra attentive here on this, expecting the ball in that direction.
1-1 the count, gets a called strike, and now a ball. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
And if I'm Zach, I might try to go after that. You know, a hard fastball in on the black, inside part of the plate, down. See if you can't get a little rollover.
There it is. He gets the rollover to the shortstop. Bucad fields it cleanly. Doesn't have a play at second base, but nice play over to first base. Gets it 1 out. And Ty, that's a good heads-up play there. It's going to be tough to get the out at second, but if you get 2 guys on, now Cedar City's in business. You give up that run at second base, that really doesn't matter. Nice headsy play there from Carter Bucad.
It's a heady play from Bucad for more than one reason, too, Tyler. Is Burdett, people don't want to say this out loud, but Coach Jackson is probably going to give him 9 more pitches here. He's going to get him out before he gets to that 35 mark where he couldn't pitch tomorrow. Pitch count rules coming into play. And so you're chasing outs. You don't want to potentially have a ball that your momentum's moving you away. You don't get the guy at second. And now you're likely going to have to make a pitching change because you're still chasing 3 outs here. You just give yourself a chance.
A couple of balls here to the number 8 hitter, Burgess. 1-1 the count to Burgess with 1 away. The pitch goes back to the off speed, gets him to chase. 1-2 the count after the foul ball. Burgess had a single to shallow center field and then lined out to the center fielder. Runner on second, Wasatch with a comfortable 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Burdette delivers, goes back to the off speed, gets that one fouled off again, moves count to 1-2.
Burgess doesn't look comfortable on that off-speed pitch, does he? But I'd be tempted to bring back the fastball here, changing speeds.
Does bring back the fastball, misses low. One thing Burdette's done a good job of with his fastball in this inning particularly is he's kept that thing low. Wasatch again just trying to keep them to singles at best if they do give up hits. The 2-2 count goes back to the off-speed. It's a lazy pop fly to Bucad. Bucad will make the grab, and we're down to 2 away. Down to the final out.
He's going to make the change here. Tyler doesn't want to have to make it in the middle of a at-bat, so you're going to get a pitcher in here to try to close down the final out of the game. And I think most people at this point understand the pitch count rules, but there's probably going to be a few people watching this game that are going to be confused as to why you're making a change when Zach's been so effective, right? He's 8 batters now, or 8 outs, so 2 2/3 innings. You only need 1 more, and you've got the 9-hitter coming up. Why not just let Zach finish this one out? Well, the state of Utah has pitch count rules, Tyler, and here's what the rules break down into. If you go over 35 pitches in a day, you have to rest for 1 day. And so Burdette, that was pitch number 30 for him. And so if he didn't get this next batter out in 4 pitches or less, then you couldn't use him tomorrow in the tournament where you're going to need him. You've got 2 more games tomorrow. And so Wasatch is going to make the change to Colden here. And with a 5-run lead, just say, throw it over the plate, right? We're basically, if you in a best case scenario, you have to have 4 straight home runs that would tie this one up, or you need 7, 8 singles in a row, right, to even make this a game. So Hafen, basically, you're saying you essentially, as long as you don't give up the entire lineup all the way through, we're going to win this game. So get on the dish, throw some strikes, and we're going to chase down one of these balls and get out of here with a win.
So a couple of defensive adjustments. Fowler's going to go to third base. So he's played second base, third base, and left field so far today. Burdette will go back out to center field, and Bassett will move over to left field. Sweat stays in right field. Down to their final out. Cedar City will put number 9-hitter Leader up on the plate. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's elevated to right field. Blake Sweat has to run a long way, settles underneath it, and Wasatch gets their first win of the season. Colden Haven says, thank you very much. I'll throw 1 pitch and get us out of this thing. And Wasatch gets the 6-1 victory. We're going to take a break. We got our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show coming up after this.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Wasatch gets the 6-1 victory here over Cedar City, improved to 1-1 on the season. It's time for our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. As your locally owned Ace Hardware, we are committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know